Then mute everyone except for myself. Share screen. And then hopefully whoever is on the chance to see that they were on the agenda, and let us begin. Welcome to the August 25th meeting of the San Francisco Coordinating Council of Lions Club. I call this meeting to order at 7:07. Yay. At this time, I'd like to ask our immediate past president, Peter Lam, to lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
Unmuting myself.
Thank
I
you.
will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. You can salute to the flag if you're military, and remove your hat like myself, and then put your right hand to your heart. Thank you. I pledge. Go ahead. To the allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which is stand
one nation under God,
individually and
with liberty and justice.
for all. Thank you.
Oops. Okay, gotta unmute myself. All right. Now let me, if I can pull this, open it up. And let's have a listen to a rendition of God Bless America. Uh-oh.
Bless America. Let's join public address announcer John Hewlett.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now take a moment to sing God Bless America. We are led tonight by retired Navy Petty Officer First Class Generald Wilson.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the lights from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right. Let's see what's next. Now we have invocation. I don't think I saw past President Roger present today. I wasn't able to reach him on the phone beforehand. So can our district governor, Dad?
Yes,
Can
I
you lead
will.
us?
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
will. For the information of everybody, I'm also the co-chaplain of the Council of Governors. And I'm going to share to you prayers, Saint Mother Teresa. People are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others could destroy overnight. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will be often be forgotten. Do good anyway. Give the best you have, and it will never be enough. Give your best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and God. It is never between you and them anyway. Thank you.
Thank you, District Governor Dr. June. Let me get this back up. Wasn't that a great poem? I don't even think it's my first time hearing it, but it gets me every time. Okay, so now we'll move, right on in the business to the Secretary's report with the previous meeting's minutes taken by our second Vice President Evelyn Paya, but read by Lion Marlene. Nope, don't forget to unmute.
Minutes of the July 28th, 2021 meeting. The meeting was called to order by President August Valera III at 7:07. Sponsoring club is the San Francisco Phil-Am Lions Club. Pledge of Allegiance by Paul Kawili of San Francisco Phil-Am. Patriotic song was led by Leo Lourdes Feria of the Griffins. Invocation was led by Lion Luisa. Secretary's report presented by Lion Evelyn Pahir by a motion to approve, duly seconded, and the motion was carried. The Treasurer's report by Fevelin Ching Evaristo reported that the scholarship fund is $10,500.60, and the admin fund is $5,900.23. By a motion duly seconded, the report was approved. Roll call performed by Lion Evelyn, and the club reports performed by Sharon Everhart. The present were San Francisco Chinatown Lions Club by Jack Mack, San Francisco Cosmopolitan Lions Club by Emerson Ma, San Francisco Dynamic by Lion Fevelin Ching Evaristo, San Francisco Phil-Am by Ferdinand Feria, San Francisco Geneva Excelsior by Sharon Everhart, San Francisco Host by Reverend Leonard Oakes, San Francisco Merced Heights by Lion PDG Lydia Taylor, San Francisco Unified by Carol Fung. The old business was discussion of the joint installation of officers with PCL on September 5th, 2020 at the Elks Lodge, South San Francisco. Dinner is $60 per person and the attire is Hawaiian or formal. Future San Francisco Council meetings, sponsors, of course, today by Zoom, on September 22nd by San Francisco Dynamic Lions Club, and October 26th is by the joint SFCC and PCL Halloween celebration. Dignitaries present were District Governor Dr. June Valera, first VDG John Huey, second VDG Kevin Guest, Lion Luisa Valera, Lion August Valera III, International Director Ken Ibarra, Lion Amy Fink, Lion Venetia Young, Lion John Huey again, Emmanuel Pahe, PDG Eugene Chan, and PDG Leah Taylor Bellinger. There were lots of prizes and winners. The adjournment was at 8:45 p.m.
Okay.
Motion.
I didn't want,
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but in the future, this is emailed to everyone, so you don't have to read the entire thing verbatim, just to save us a little time. But this time it was short, so it wasn't so bad.
Things you learned.
I noticed quite a
Council
few
President,
issues.
this is IPDG.
Okay,
I think I was present at the last meeting.
I believe so
Okay.
too. So
We'll make
so-
sure.
I won three raffle prizes.
that's right. So there's
Okay,
been a
that's
request for
noted.
correction. by Fanny. I noticed of the other things, like say John Huey twice. Amy spelled AMY Fink, partner in service of ID Ken.
Okay.
Geneva Excelsior Lions Club spelled IOR. And I think that was it, at least as far as I noticed.
I think just the date for today's meeting was, I think I already mentioned that.
That's right. Yeah. So today is August 25th, which is when the next meeting was. But you know, all minor typos, so that's fine. Any other comments or questions?
I think the future SFCCLC council meeting sponsor, San Francisco Chinatown Lions Club sponsor for February 2022.
That's right. Okay,
Also-
that can be reflected in the minutes.
Correct the date for the joint installation of officers.
Geez. Thank you. Keep them coming. Well, let's see. Where's this? September 5th is
2021, please.
Oh yeah, that's right. I looked at the front. Okay.
Oh, 2020, correct.
Oh geez, I'm still stuck in 2020. Believe me, I didn't have enough practice writing the date to get around to doing it again. Okay. With those corrections, if there aren't any more, feel free to raise them now. But with those, do I have a motion to approve the minutes as read with correction?
PDG Lydia moved that we accept the minutes with the noted corrections.
Thank you, PDG Lydia. Do I have a second?
I second the motion, PDG Esther Lee.
Thank you, PDG Esther. Any discussion? If not, we'll move into a vote. All in favor of approving the previous meeting's minutes with correction, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Hearing none, the motion passes. Thank you, Secretary Marlene. And for, of course, Second Vice President Evelyn for bearing with us and taking the minutes during our first in-person meeting. So I know it's not as convenient as Zoom where you can just look at the recording afterward. Although we did have a recording, so that was nice, but it wasn't the best. Next, we have Treasurer's Report. Oh, sorry, Marlene, did you have anything else to report or is that it?
That's it.
Yep. All right. So Treasurer's Report. Couldn't make it today. She's out. So I will be making the report on her behalf. She did email me the full or the latest account balances. So we started a scholarship had no activity, so we're still at $10,500.60. Admin account started at $5,923, and we had expenses of $750 for the deposit for the installation. Jointly with the PCL, we're the ones who put up the deposit. PCL is going to put up the full amount, and they're the ones who are collecting the money for the installation. But that's an aside. That's not in the Treasurer's Report. And then another $200, which is authorized, I believe, last meeting, or if not the meeting before, for the advertisements for the district directory and the district installation souvenir program, which hopefully you have a copy of, so you can see our nice advertisement on there. So our final ending balance is $4,950.23 as of today. And we do have one outstanding check for our name badges at $80 or $79.94 with Christy and Al plaques and engravings. Any questions about the Treasurer's Report? If not, can I have a motion to approve it as presented or accept it as presented?
Motion. So moved.
I heard by
I
Evelyn,
second.
or
I
who moved it?
I did.
Okay, thank you,
PDG.
PDG.
I am the one who
PDG.
seconded.
Yep, thank you. PDG Esther moved the motion, or that the Treasurer's Report be accepted, seconded by Lion Evelyn Pahe. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Or all those opposed,
Aye.
say nay. Hearing no objections, motion passes. All right, we're moving steadily along. Spoke a little too soon. Attendance. Okay, so Lion Marlene, the floor is yours.
Okay. San Francisco Ocean Ingleside. San Francisco ETA. San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah, this is San Francisco Bay Area, Wendy Chang.
Yes.
Okay. San Francisco Bay Area New Century. San Francisco Bayview Hunters Point. San Francisco Buddha.
Wala sa mga kayab-yab.
San Francisco Chinatown.
More.
Only two.
Thank you. San
Excuse
Francisco.
me.
Yes,
Excuse me, is there anybody from Buddha in Chinatown? I couldn't hear whether that was yes or no.
no one Buddha, I believe yes on Chinatown.
Thank you.
San Francisco Circle.
Walang Chinatown?
Chinatown
Kaya kasi
is
Eugene Chan.
there are in Chinatown. I understand. PDG
Eugene.
Chan
Yes.
Yeah, San Francisco Chinatown have 4.
and
Four.
four. Yeah, four.
Oh, okay. So San Francisco Circle I called earlier. San Francisco Cosmopolitan. San Francisco Dynamic. San Francisco Philam.
Of
Present
course.
3.
Yep.
3. San Francisco Financial Rescue. San Francisco Geneva Excelsior.
1.
Okay. San Francisco Global Business. San Francisco Highlands. San Francisco Hispanic. San Francisco Host. San Francisco Keystone. San Francisco Korean American. San Francisco Latinos Unidos. San Francisco Marina North Beach. San Francisco Merced.
For Marina.
Oh, line PDG Esther, right?
Yes.
Okay. San Francisco Merced Heights.
1 PDG Lydia.
San Francisco Nikkei. 3. San Francisco Nueva Vizcaya. 1. San Francisco Park Presidio Sunset. San Francisco Premier. San Francisco Special Choir. San Francisco Unified. San Francisco Veterans. Just wanted to go back. I didn't hear how many San Francisco Bay Area had.
1.
1, okay. Thank you very much.
And I believe host is present. Maybe they didn't unmute.
Is that the 650 number? Maybe?
Well, no, Evelyn.
Oh. Evelyn. Wouldn't that be 2?
2.
With San Francisco, with Lion Manny, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nueva Vizcaya is present too.
Yes, I did raise my hand.
Not listed.
I listed myself. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Secretary Marlene. And next, dignitaries and guests. Well, actually, at the request of the contest commissioner, if we have any visitors from the Peninsula Councils, we would like to know what club you're from, so that we can report you for the contest as a whatever visitation contest this is. So please type, if you're part of a Peninsula club, please type what club you're from the chat while I acknowledge the dignitaries present today.
Because no, he's mad because
sorry, Malite. Hi. Yeah, unmuted yourself. Okay. Okay, so let's see, dignitaries. Well, let's start at the club level. Would all club presidents please maybe just wave or raise your hand to show that you're here? Thank you to all of the club presidents, not only of the San Francisco Council, but only of the Peninsula Council as well. You are the leaders of your club, and thank you for coming here and showing your support for the council. Next, let's see, going from, oh geez, I need to get my directory out, or my, let's see, do we have any district officers here, region or zone chairs? Zone chairs, Uni Buckley, I believe she was there, zone chair Uni Buckley. I didn't see any region chairs. Of course, we have many of our, no, I'm okay, thanks. Our global action team members. We have PDG Mario on leadership, PDG Esther, and I believe Lion Manny on membership and service. No, we don't have anyone on service. And I believe that might be, and then let's, sorry, Lion Marlene, of course, is one of our district secretaries. I think I saw, wasn't Kevin here earlier?
Kevin Guest, yes.
Kevin Guest, yeah, oh yeah, he's hiding.
Yeah,
Yep, of
she's
course, our second vice district governor, Kevin Guest. Our first vice district governor, I thought I saw, well, I think is that John coming in, tech chair? Oh no, that might be John Gill. And of course, our immediate past district governor, Fanny Chu, give it up for her. And then please don't rise, but you may wave your hands and all that for our district governor, Dr. June Valera.
What about treasurer? You forgot about me.
Oh, I didn't see I didn't see your face. That's why. District treasurer, I skimmed right past you. And district treasurer Malite Wood, thank you for joining. Good, there you are. Let's see, did I miss anyone? Oh, of course, my counterpart in service, Venetia Young of the Peninsula Council of Lions, our advisors on the council, and actually all of the, thank you for joining us, but especially my advisors, PDG Eugene and PDG Esther, and of course to my council members. But of course you'll hear enough of them today, so we don't need to introduce them individually. And thank you to all of the clubs from the Peninsula who posted their club name in the chat. And we can, I believe, move on to our business, well, of which there is not much. So first off, just another recap that our joint council installation will be again, not this Saturday, but the coming Saturday, September 5th, 2021 at South San Francisco Elks Lodge. Doors open, I believe, 6:30 with the program to start at 7. Is that right, Lion Venetia? Or is it 1 hour back?
No, it's Sunday, not Saturday.
God. Oh, yes, Sunday. It says Sunday there. I knew that. But yeah, okay. And so right now, the RSVP price is $60 per person. And that's sort of the lowest that we could go. And we're very thankful we were able to keep it that low. And that price will be honored up until Sunday, the 29th. So if you haven't had the time to put in your RSVP, please do so online at the link that I've put over here, and we'll copy into the chat soon. Or you can let us know in person if you're going to be at a cabinet meeting, and maybe even provide your payment, your check that way. But if you do prefer online, it's very easy to do. You know, all the questions there are just the ones that you would expect, like what's your name, what's your email, how many steak and fish do you want, and then how are you planning to pay. And we do have online and the traditional mail in your check options available. Let's see what else. I don't know, Lion Venetia, do you want to talk a bit about the installation or how we're?
Well, we're excited. This is an unprecedented event, like the unprecedented pandemic that we've had. And it's formal Hawaiian. The other night at our PCL meeting, your immediate past president, Peter Lamb, asked, is it okay to wear a white tuxedo dinner jacket over a Hawaiian shirt. And I think that's going to be a big hit that night. And so anything goes. San Francisco Coordinating Council of Lions has traditionally been in white jackets. The Peninsula Council in Hawaiian, and we're going to do a combination of. And we hope you can be there. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Lion Venetia. Any questions about the event, or how many of you are planning to go and just haven't put in their RSVP yet?
So I have
Hopefully.
a question in the chat
Sure.
from Venetia. It says Sunday, September the 25th.
No, it's the 5th.
Okay.
Oh, you blew it, Venetia. You blew it.
I was trying to help August out, and I made a mistake
It's
too.
just
So
it's a typo. It's a typo.
yeah, we're human. It's Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
Sunday, September 5th, correct?
Yes.
Well,
Is it this year?
And PDG Lydia, I received your payment.
Oh.
Peter Lamb, I received your payment. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Chinatown President, I received your payment. Thank you.
Thank you.
I like those kind of payments, you can just say, click and then it's gone, right? Yeah, that'll be great. Are there gonna be any nice dancing, like exciting tropical dances like you always do?
What do you mean, like we always do?
Did.
Venetia can answer that question. Did you have
Venetia,
some
I sent
dance
by
plan?
memo. Did you get it?
Did
I send to the wrong Venetia?
No, there aren't too many Venetias. IPDG Fanny, yes, I receive your payment too. Thank you. And we're not having exotic dancers except for Jimmy Ness. Thank you.
Please don't put him on.
Well, it's a good thing I already know, since he's a PCL officer, or no, he isn't, but since he's a past officer, he probably already has the PCL standard Hawaiian shirt, so you won't see him in a coconut bra and a hula skirt. Okay, well, let's see. I see PDG Esther, you have your hand raised. Would you like to ask a question or
Just to
speak?
say I'm attending, and
Oh,
I'll
great.
give it to Venetia on Saturday.
Oh, great. I sure hope you're attending. We still have to talk about the
Thank you.
program.
Yes, Lion August and I will be available to help anybody register, and I will accept checks or any other kind of payment at the cabinet meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Great. And I think to answer dancing, we do have a DJ, or Jimmy Ness, of course, and who, as you know, is amazing at his job. And how did everyone like the dancing at the district installation? Wasn't that great, having all that line dancing? So we haven't spent nearly as much money. We're just giving Jimmy a meal, but I'm sure that it'll still be very, very fun, and that everyone will be on the dance floor with their line dancing or whatever they want to do. Anything else? If not, we can, well, again, hope everyone RSVPs, and I hope to see you there. And we have, thankfully, Elks Lodge has been working with us, and we have a very low minimum, but we can exceed that minimum and go as big as they'll let us if everyone wants to come. So that's it for installation. Now the next order of business, and this is more of some feelers, because so I'll just briefly talk about the Halloween party. So traditionally, we have had a joint Halloween party in October, and I know it's still one event at a time, but I just wanted to get a feel over whether people were comfortable with this, as far as, because we've just planned this large event last weekend. I think a lot of people attended and were okay with it. We have this one coming up in 2 weeks, and that seems like it'll push through because things are still going the way they are. But October is a bit away, and so we're the San Francisco Council will be responsible for booking this. I have made no plans to talk to Elks until after we closed off this event that we have with them next week. But is everyone still good on having a in-person physical Halloween party joint with the Peninsula at Elks Lodge, most likely at around the same price, $60 per person, because that's the lowest that we can charge for these events at that venue at this point. How are people? Maybe put on the chat either a yes or a no or a maybe on how you're feeling about attending such an event. Got a couple yeses here. Basque is more expensive, although I don't know if that's if maybe things will change. But when we looked up our installation, Basque was more expensive than Elks. So, and as you know, we have a very good close friend at Elks who can give us sort of the best deal that we can get. Is the daughter of the late Lion Roy Blanco, or Dr. White, is the manager there. Peter said he's maybe. Yeah, and so the thing is though, I agree that $60 is expensive, but it is, I mean, that's what they charge us. So how can we? I don't know. Does anyone remember if we charged like less for the Halloween party in past? I don't think so. Not, at least not if we're having it at that place. If we're having it at although I feel you, and maybe if we look into something sort of lower scale, say at Burlingame Hall or something, where we don't have to pay nearly as much, but that's a small venue, right?
The last time they had it, it was at the Basque Culture Center, and you did pay. I mean, we got to keep in mind that since pandemic, the cost of everything has gone up. So we just have to be prepared. And if the council have done their due diligence, which they have just stated, that we getting our best deal at the Elks Club, we need to get on board and support them.
We have to think too about parking. I mean, you can't beat the Basque for parking.
Also at the lounge, I mean the lodge, there's parking out there also.
Yeah. But I mean, at Burlingame, it's a nice place and I love going there, but sometimes parking is tough.
Yeah, so we'll look at Basque. Maybe we'll even look at, I know that there are a couple venues we were looking at for the cabinet meeting that didn't really pull through, but maybe we'll be able to get them at a good price for our event a bit later on. Mainly, I know, let's see. I think Lion Uni had a place. Our own Lion Rufo of our club had a place. We'll look around. We'll shop. $60 per person though, like just from the amount of work that we put into it, that seemed like sort of the lowest we can go for an event of that. How do I put it? Stature, or at that sort of, you know, the fine dining that we're sort of used to at these kind of things. Although an option there is we could do buffet style. I know that Elks does buffet as well, and we've done it in the past. I don't know if it's for this event, but that's even worse COVID wise. So yeah. I don't know about that.
Lion President August, and the other thing that Lion August and I are very cognizant of is that we are two committees of the district. We are not here to raise money. We are just here to support camaraderie, friendship, and coordinate. And so we are not doing anything to raise any funds. We are just going to break even.
Yes.
Oh yeah, believe us on that. I have my fingers crossed that we won't lose money.
Yes.
That's how far we're going. But I don't think we will. I know, depends on how it plays out as far as how fancy of a cake we're gonna get, Lion Venetia. If you go with your fancy lion cupcake or cupcakes that forms a big lion, then maybe we'll break the bank, but otherwise I think we'll be fine. Okay. So if there's no other discussion on this, I'll move straight into what we have left, which is club reports.
August,
yeah.
Who is the host at this Halloween?
We are.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking. That's why this is my problem.
No, but the PCL will help.
Of course.
This is a joint effort. Don't feel like you guys have to do all the work, because this is moving forward, we're joint councils.
Sure, sure. Of course, I know that. Okay. Well, it's almost your time to talk, Lion Venetia, but first I'll give it to our first Vice President Sharon to call out the club reports. And actually, well, before I go with that, I would like to recognize that I believe President Al Ortega of Dynamic, or immediate past President Al Ortega of Dynamic, is here now. So we have one more club.
Lioness got her hand raised. I don't know if it's the old hand or new hand.
I think it's the old hand. Is it? Yeah, okay, now it's gone. All right, so Line Sharon, can you see the list?
Place.
Yes, and if I miss anybody, you can jump in at the end. Can you please make it short? You know, if you got 1 or 2 items, that's great, but don't go like 20 minutes. Okay. San Francisco Bay Area, up first.
Hi, everyone. I'm the president of the San Francisco Bay Area Lions Club. First time here. Very happy to be, observing and learning from everybody. I think our club this year, our goal is get more involved. In the past, we haven't involved much, but I think, we want to echo our DG, calling that we want to get more involved from now on. So, and this year, our plan is to grow our numbers of members from like 30 to, from 20 to 30 people. And currently we have one event that is, we are having a children's book drive. This is the second time we're doing this. So if there's any club interested getting involved and participate this event, we're collecting books from July to October. And we will be sending books to Taiwan and to the kids in the rural area. That's all that I have for today.
Thank you. San Francisco Chinatown.
This is the president, Jack Mark. Coming September 11 and 12, we will join the street fair for Mid-Autumn Festival in Chinatown, and we will set up a booth to get the donation for vision care. This year is an annual event for our club. And the other thing is September 25th, we'll have a picnic in Komodo Park in San Bruno. All are welcome. That's all for the report.
Thank you. San Francisco Dynamic.
Hi, this is Al Ortega, immediate past president of Dynamic Club. We're doing the regular weekly food box collection and distribution delivery to senior citizens in San Francisco and also in the peninsula. Also, we're sending boxes of prescription eyeglasses because we are initiating, opening up a vision clinic in Santa Ana, Pampanga, Philippines, under the direction of Dr. June. So that's all we have for now. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm reporting for the Geneva Excelsior Lions Club. We're still working on our raffle, our community raffle, and we are also doing our football pool, which will be starting soon for the 49ers. And that's about it. Okay, next, San Francisco host. No one from host?
And this will be by September 18, Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. At the place will be Gallard Park Picnic Shelter in Daly City. And also, Lion Money goes to the food bank and get boxes that we distribute to the needy. In fact, I was there last Saturday. I was involved. I also helped him. So that's it. That's my report.
Thank you. San Francisco Marina North Beach up next.
Okay, good evening, everyone. August 8th, we attended the charter of the Silicon Valley Cyber Innovation Lions Club. And August 21st, of course, was our installation district. And August 22nd was our town hall. And after that, August 22nd also attended the San Mateo Metro meeting and was able to close 3 new members from that meeting after talking to them. So that was a great visit because it was effective for them and because they were able to add to their members from 61. So they're now, I think, total 65. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Up next is San Francisco Merced Heights.
Good evening, everyone. San Francisco Merced Heights has participated and attended several charter night installations, and we also attended the district governor's installation. But our upcoming things that we're doing is we have voted to participate in the Geneva Excelsior YCA ticket drawing. So I will be speaking to them and getting anywhere from 200 or more tickets for our club to sell. And right now I'm working on getting some furniture donated to the Peninsula Veterans Lions Club, and I also have some televisions that are being donated. And I will at least be attending the first council meeting that's coming up. And so those are the things that we're working on right now.
Great. Thanks for buying tickets. We really appreciate that. All the money we raise on that community raffle goes to for donations for all the causes we support. So it's a wonderful thing that you can participate in. And you guys also make money off of it because for every ticket you sell, well, if you sell a book at 10, you get $7 back.
Right.
So it's a good fundraiser.
We're going to start with 200 books, and then if we need to get more, we will. But we did vote to get that many, so I will be contacting Workman, I think Lion Workman, to get that.
Thank you very much. Okay, next is San Francisco Nikki. Anybody from Nikki here who wants to report? Okay, we'll go on to San Francisco Nuevo Vizcaya.
Hi, this is Lion Marlene Dumpit. We're continuing with our project at our Inside Clinic in Bayombong. We've also have continued to support the Bayanihan Center to help the needy there, the seniors and people who they serve. And we do that twice, every other month. So we provide food, hygiene products and such. We also have approved to help the Gabriel Center for Pregnant Teens in the Concord Bay Area. So that's all I have.
Okay, I guess that's it. Thanks, Lion Sharon. Well, actually, so was there, Lion Marlene, did you put anyone down for Nikkei? Because I thought I heard that they had 3 present.
Yeah,
maybe
it said 3. Maybe
Yeah,
they.
but no, I asked if anybody had a report and nobody answered.
Okay.
So maybe they don't have anything to report.
Don't have anything to report.
Nothing to report.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the other one is you missed my club.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
The
I'm
Dr.
sorry.
June, did you want to make it or did you want me?
How about report it?
Okay. So we have been continuing to volunteer at the San Francisco Marine Food Bank, and we have a couple weekends, I believe, scheduled up in the near future, at least for this coming month, because after that we will be heavily focused on the health fairs that we do alongside many Lions clubs, including San Francisco host. I know Lion Manny and Lion Ara are very active on it, as well as Lion Liz Yulo, who is the health fair chair for the district and also a member of our club. So we do, I don't know if it'll be presented later by the district, but we welcome all the involvement of the San Francisco and the Peninsula clubs at our health fair once they become available. We're still trying to see what the format will be like, whether it'll be drive-through like it was last year due to COVID, or whether they'll let us have it in the churches again, like we used to, at churches and other locations. So yeah, we'll be giving out those flu shots and whatever other services we can provide at those health fairs. And that's pretty much it. Of course, we'll be heavily focused on district matters, so I don't know if our club will be doing as much as we normally will, but that's because we're supporting Dr. Valera. And the last thing is we do have a this year, or at least last June, marked our 50th charter anniversary. So we're planning because we couldn't have it in the month of June, we're having one. And I don't have, I wish I had the date in front of me right now because I forgot what day it is, but it is sometime in November. Maybe if Dr. Valera remembers, he can just say. So we invite you to that, and we're going to have a big event if it's possible to have one due to COVID at the South San Francisco Elks Club for our 50th anniversary. And that's it for me.
Thank you very much.
Any other club reports that we missed? Anyone in the chat? Nope. Okay. So where are we now? So now with the club reports finished, we'll move on to sort of general remarks, starting with the Peninsula Council.
I have no other remarks except that I'm happy to be your counterpart, and we'll see everybody on Saturday. Thank you.
All right. Now, district remarks. Let's go in the standard reverse order. Do we have our second Vice District Governor, Kevin?
I'm just really glad to see everyone up and about. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone at the joint installation. The district, under the guidance of Dr. Juno, the stewardship is we're very active. We have a lot of things planned. Just wanted to share that Lion August is part of a new group that Dr. Juno has put together called the Leo Lion Young Lion Task Force Committee, which is going to be basically a group of our Leos that are now Leo Lions, and also last year's Leo District President have formed a group that is basically going to be working independently to develop new strategies to attract young people like themselves. And we're giving them a free reign to try to find their space and let us know what we can do to move forward to get younger and attract younger members. So thank you, August, for being part of that group. We're excited to what they plan and what they're going to be able to bring to the table. That's all I have today. Thank you.
Great. Now, is first Vice District Governor John here?
Yes, I am.
Great.
I am so happy to see the Joint Council, and I'm hoping to see a bigger role for the Joint Council to, this is what we need for our district to show cohesiveness of all of our multiple clubs. So this is the way to do it. I am so glad that we are doing this joint, and keep up the good work. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay. And I won't remind you about the youth protection policy because I know you'll already talk about it at the cabinet meeting. So we can move on that. District Governor Dr. June, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Leo Lion August. And I would like to thank everybody for we have a very, very successful district installation. See, if we work together, everything's fine. So I think we will continue working together, helping one another. And next is this Saturday, we'll have our district first cabinet meetings. So we try to change or to modify our cabinet meeting. So hoping that everybody will enjoy. And I do hope that today is, I think, the deadline for RSVP. If you RSVP today, it will be only $20. Tomorrow it will become $25. So make sure that you ask your members or among yourselves that RSVP already. And we will look forward on this joint installation of these two councils. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, District Governor Dr. June. Yeah, I was about to ask any other district officers who would like to speak. Normally Amy jumps in at this time, but she's not here today. So PDG Mario, did you want to? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yes, sure, I'd like to say something. Looking forward to the cabinet meeting on Saturday. As your club leaders and as district leaders, I just remind you to keep on looking and continuing to mentor the younger Lions coming up behind you. Let's create a new generation of leaders. We want to bring them on and pass the baton at some point so that we can also move up and do other things as well. So again, great meeting. And I will throw something in for California Lions Foundation. We've got a grant program right now for, oh goodness, someone remind me, Venetia, we've got something going on right now.
Disaster.
$2,500 to a district for school.
Right,
back to school.
Back to school, thank you. I knew it was there somewhere. Yeah, we've got 2,500 per district for back to school, up to 1,000 per club. You know, it could be 5 clubs getting $500 each. Maybe a number of you want to get together and do a project. But in any case, that money is out there and all you have to do is go to the website and apply for it. That's it. Thank you.
Maybe PDG Mario, could you clarify a bit what back to school into? Like I know San Bruno did, like where they gave school supplies. Is that what you're referring to when you say like
absolutely? I mean, you know, it should be benefiting a school or a school district. It could be supplies for kids. It could be something for the school itself. You know, the guidelines are in the application. You can take a look. It's on the website. And again, it's not even a matching grant. It's just dollars.
One of the things, August, they're looking for is also existing relationships that a Lions Club may already have with a school district or a special school, and then enhancing that relationship with extra monies.
Sure. Sounds great. Okay, well, you all heard it here first, so get on that if you're interested, or if you know of any, you know, school that you can work with. Any other district officers? No, any other, well, now it's open to open forum. Do we have anything that anyone would like to announce? Or, well, actually, that's one thing that I had forgotten on the invocation side. I know it was announced previously at PCL, but we have a couple of members of our district who are currently in ill health, and we're praying for them and for their recovery. Or and those are Lion Helen Habib and Region Chair Don Fleming, I believe. If that's the two that I know of right now who are currently in the hospital. If you know of any others, feel free to speak them up now. Well, in this case, silence is a good thing, right? So, but still, yeah, we have them in our prayers. If nothing else, so actually, I do have one thing at the very end, and maybe I'll share. So I was informed, unfortunately, that the San Francisco Dynamic Lions Club cannot host our next meeting, which is not the installation, of course, but our next, what month is it? September meeting. So is anyone able to pick up for September? Any club present here that is not PhilAm, because we are We already did it, and not dynamic because they said that they couldn't do it. That would be September the 22nd, and I believe it's incorrectly placed on the thread, and that's my mistake. But the next meeting would be September the 22nd, the Wednesday. Is any club willing to host us for a physical restaurant meeting? Do you need some time? Because we do have time, so I can postpone it. But if not, please, if you do have a restaurant in mind and you're willing to do the work and help us in the council to meet physically, please contact me or contact our secretary, Line Marlene, in the absence of a host, and just sort of also in observance of the fact that next month is our installation month and the following month will be a Halloween party. We might just opt to have this by Zoom as well, which, given the Delta variant, might be a smart thing to do. Who knows? But I'm fine with having it at the restaurant if we can find someone to do the restaurant. Otherwise, it will be a Zoom meeting. So have that be reflected in the records. And I will update you if anyone gets back to me on that. And please reach out to your clubs if you would like to meet physically and can help us get there. Oh, Chinatown, of course, is also exempted because they're going to be hosting us for a very fun February Lunar New Year event, a Lunar New Year cabinet meeting or council meeting in February. Okay, so it is 8:03. Oh, one thing that I did want to point out, and I forgot that I myself am a district officer. I do have a report for IT, although I have a longer report at the cabinet meeting. I would like to say that as far as marketing is concerned, if you have a very publicly visible service project, example I'll put is we have the Mid-Autumn Festival with San Francisco Chinatown, where they're going to have a table at a big festival. The district does own several banners that do say, well, they say California Alliance on it, but there are these sort of J banners that you might see at some sort of car dealerships that hang on a pole. And we would love for you to borrow them and display California Alliance at your events. And they have a huge Alliance sign. So if you have something like that, maybe even just a health fair, please reach out to either myself or you'll probably have better luck with Lion Denise Kelly, who is currently in possession of these banners, and we can get our marketing efforts spread out. And that is pretty much it. If there is nothing else and no one else has anything on the sort of to talk or to announce officially, then I will be happy to adjourn this meeting if I can find my bell. Where'd I put it? And we can sort of talk informally amongst ourselves until our next meeting, or until some of us have another meeting at 8:30. So here we go. The time is 8:04 and meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Feel free to stay on the line. Oh, sorry.
Lion August, I'm
Yeah.
glad you have a bell again.
Yeah, I am too, just in time for the installation.
And there needs to be, it needs to be known that council bells, installation bells cannot
District
be
bell.
stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah, district bell cannot be stolen. Only club bells.
Yeah, that's by the club. That's by the contest rules, but as we know, sometimes our district plays a little hard and fast with the rules in any in anything. But yes, please don't take our bells. But of course, I will also be much more diligent about holding on to it. I learned that mistake. See,
Of course,
Peter was
you
lucky.
didn't pay any ransom for it, right?
Nope, that's right. I didn't. They're nice. I get
I'm
one free.
impressed.
I get one free.
I'm impressed.
I'd already paid that club back previously, so they owed me one.
It's good to have credit, you know.
Yeah, that's right. So and is anyone going to, I know no one mentioned the USA Canada Forum. Is anyone going to Des Moines still? Well, of course,
Yes.
Kevin's going. And yeah, and I remember Venetia said she'd be out, but that's after our installation, right?
Yes.
But still, that'll
I will be
fun.
there.
Great. And I think Dr. Valero will be there as well. I ended up not doing it because I figured it's a bit far, and the airline miles or the airline credit that I had from a previous flight was on Alaska, and they don't fly to Des Moines, and that was going to be my that was the one reason I was going to just so I could use all that airline credit that I had. from a previous flight that was canceled. So,
PDG Esther, are you going to be there in Des Moines?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay.
Are you
Oh, if I could,
arriving on the 8th?
if
Go
I
ahead.
could, August,
Go
those
ahead.
that are going to the USA Canada Forum, one of my high school classmates has a authentic Italian restaurant on the south side of Des Moines, which is probably about 10, 15 minutes from downtown. And I spoke with him today, and he's reserving his basement and patio area for any Lions that are there. The cost will be $20 a person. We'll have to Uber over, but it's going to be authentic deep dish cavatelli, Italian salad, dressing, breadsticks, authentic thin crust pizza, the works. $20 a pop, discount for anybody, any Lion that wants to attend. So if you're interested, please let me know. I'm trying to get a head count.
Can you send us the info?
Yes, I will try to get something together as soon as possible, PDG Esther. They can accommodate, well, I'm trying to keep it under 100, but he said he can accommodate up to 200 if we get that many. So,
Oh, wow. Can you say again what the date was that you're
it's
planning
going to be
have it?
Friday the 10th. The name of the restaurant is called Scornavacca's Italian restaurant. It's on the south side of Des Moines. This guy, Rocco Vacco, and his family are good friends of mine. We went to high school together, and his mom created all these recipes 45, 50 years ago when I was in high school. So this was a place we used to hang out in school, and Rocco, of course, is retired now, but his nephew's taking over the restaurant. I had a really nice conversation with them. They're very excited to host us. So I think it's going to be a really good time.
Oh, wow. That's a shame that I'm going to miss that, but it sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. And maybe you can try to announce it to your COG, and let's see if we can get a full California Lions delegation dinner. That'd be great.
Yep.
Let's see what else. Well, I'll see. I hope most of you at the cabinet meeting. One interesting thing that I don't know if it was publicly announced, but there will be no club reports at the cabinet meeting. We've decided to skip it in interest of time because we're having it shorter than usual. So we do in lieu of that, we do recommend, and it is always that, or I don't know if Lion Uni wants to say it because you are a region chair or a zone chair, right? That's your job.
Yes, I was actually going to encourage everyone to please send your reports to your zone chair, because the zone chairs are requested to send it to the region chairs, who I believe will report during the cabinet meeting. So please do it. And also I'm encouraging everyone to please register or RSVP for the event. We would like to make sure that we have enough food to eat for everyone. And at the same time, we also don't want to over order because the district will be paying for it. So for the overage. Thank you, Lion August.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. So great. All right. Well, I guess this is it. Thanks, everyone. Actually, one more thing is, how does everyone feel about the current format of San Francisco Council meetings? I know we tend to go kind of heavy on protocol as far as, we have the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance and the all of that, and then we have the very long attendance. How does is that and then club reports, of course, are a major part of our meetings. How does everyone feel about how that's been going for us?
I think it works much better on Zoom than it does in person.
Yep, that's another thing where we're waiting for the food and then tend to drag a little longer. I don't know. Well, I know Lion Venetia and I have some plans to not so much shake it up, but to introduce some more interesting things that might make it more enticing for clubs to join, say like having some presenters come every meeting on different topics that might help the clubs, or who knows, maybe the other one that I wanted to do, which I wasn't able to do for my own club, was give the host club a bit more of the spotlight during the meeting. So an incentive for a club to host the meeting would be that they get to show off their project, maybe put on like a 2-minute video or something if they have something like that, or just talk about what signature projects they do at a deeper level than we do at our club reports. Something like that. I'm still thinking it over, but if you have any ideas on how we can improve our meetings, make them more interesting, make them more fun for our clubs to attend, please reach out to me or talk to me during the cabinet meeting. That'd be a good way, a good time to talk to me about this. But again, thank you to all of my loyal supporters who are always here at these events. I really do appreciate you coming down and spending your evening with us, even without the food. So I'll bid you all good night. And if anyone has any last word, feel free to say it now.
It was a good meeting, August. Too bad we didn't get a few more clubs in attendance, but it was a fun meeting.
It's been a busy week and it's only gonna get more busy.
That's right.
All right. So thank you everyone and have a good night.
Night.
Bye.
Thank
See you at the
you.
cabinet
Thank
meeting
you.
if I do.